Welcome back to Unbox the Bible. This is part 2 of our quiz about Paul, where we'll be diving deep into his incredible journey as recorded in Acts chapters 15 to 28. This covers the time of his second missionary journey all the way through to his eventual house arrest in Rome. There will be 27 challenging multiple choice questions ahead, so get ready to test your knowledge of this pivotal period in Paul's ministry. And stick around until the end for a bonus question based on fighting the good fight. It's designed for personal reflection. Are you ready? Let's go. Question 1. What was Paul's plan for his second missionary journey? Was it to return to cities and churches from his first journey, or to go to Jerusalem, or to go to the Gentile areas in Asia? It was to return to cities and churches from his first journey. Question 2. Why did Paul and Barnabas separate? Was it because of a disagreement over John Mark, or because of different mission fields, or because of a doctrinal dispute? It was over a disagreement over John Mark. Question 3. Who became Paul's new travelling companion for his second missionary journey? Was that Timothy, Silas, or Luke? That was Silas. Question 4. What vision did Paul receive in Troas? Was that a vision of Jesus Christ, or an angel of the Lord, or a man from Macedonia? It was of a man from Macedonia. Question 5. Who was the first European convert mentioned? Was that Phoebe, Priscilla, or Lydia? That was Lydia. Question 6. Which of these happened to Paul and Silas in Philippi? Were they stoned, imprisoned, or exiled? They were imprisoned. Question 7. How were Paul and Silas freed from the Philippian prison? Was it because an earthquake opened the doors, or an angel opened the doors, or was there an order for their release? An earthquake opened the doors. Question 8. What was the result of the prison doors miraculously opening? Was it that the prison was destroyed, or the jailer's household were baptized, or was the jailer executed? The answer is that the jailer's household were baptized. Question 9. What did the Berean Jews do when they heard Paul's teaching? Did they examine scriptures daily, or did they tear their clothes, or did they try to stone him? They examined scriptures daily. Question 10. Whose house did Paul and Silas stay in during their time at Thessalonica? Was that Stephanas, Lydia, or Jason? They stayed with Jason. Question 11. Which pair did Paul meet in Corinth? Was that Titus and Timothy, or Aquila and Priscilla, or Apollos and Silas? They met Aquila and Priscilla. Question 12. Who was the synagogue ruler in Corinth who believed in the Lord along with his entire household? Was that Crispus, Jason, or Titius Eustace? That was Crispus. Question 13. How long did Paul stay in Corinth? Was that for 6 months, a year and a half, or 3 years? He stayed in Corinth for a year and a half. Question 14. Which book contains Paul's instruction to pray without ceasing? Is that found in the book of Philippians, 1 Thessalonians, or Colossians? That's from 1 Thessalonians. Question 15. What did the Ephesians do with their sorcery scrolls after witnessing Paul's miracles? Did they sell them, bury them, or burn them? They burnt them. Question 16. What was the name of the silversmith who opposed Paul in Ephesus? Was that Demetrius, Alexander, or Tertullus? That was Demetrius. Question 17. Which temple in Ephesus was Demetrius concerned about losing worshippers for? Was that for Apollo, Zeus, or Artemis? The answer is Artemis. Question 18. What was Paul's warning to the Ephesian elders in his farewell speech? Was it that they will be imprisoned, or that vicious wolves will enter in among you, or that they will die for their faith? The answer is that vicious wolves will enter in among you. Question 19. In what language did Paul speak to the crowd in Jerusalem after his arrest? Did he speak in Latin, Greek, or Aramaic? The answer is Aramaic. Question 20. Which governor was Paul sent to after his arrest in Jerusalem? Was that Felix, Pilate, or Festus? The answer is Felix. Question 21. What did Paul discuss with Felix that made him afraid? Was it the resurrection of the dead, or righteousness, self-control, and the judgment to come, or the end times? The answer is righteousness, self-control, and the judgment to come. Question 22. How long was Paul detained in Caesarea? Was that for 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years? The answer is 2 years. Question 23. What was the name of the king before whom Paul made his defence in Caesarea? Was that Herod, Agrippa, or Felix? That was Agrippa. Question 24. How many times was Paul shipwrecked? Was that once, twice, or 3 times? The answer is 3 times, and if you know the name of an island where Paul was shipwrecked, please let me know in the comments section. Question 25. Which of these was written whilst under house arrest in Rome? Was that Philippians, Romans, or 2 Corinthians? The answer is Philippians. Question 26. In Ephesians 6 verse 12, Paul says that our wrestling is not against flesh and blood, but against what? Is that flesh and the devil, or sin and death, or principalities and powers? The answer is principalities and powers. Question 27. In which book did Paul write, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the course, I have kept the faith? Is that from 2 Timothy, Romans, or 1 Corinthians? That's from 2 Timothy. As you're adding up your score, let's read these words from 2 Timothy, thought by many to be Paul's last book. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the course, I have kept the faith. Here are a couple of questions for you to think about. How do you ensure that you keep the faith through trials and difficulties? And in what ways does thinking of your faith journey as a race help you to stay focused and persevere? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. How did you get on? If you have enjoyed today's quiz, please like and share this video. There are more Bible quizzes here for you to try. Thank you for watching, and grace and peace to you all.